Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Sunday morning. It is 4:35 in the a.m. and it's January 26th. Good people, good people, good people. If you follow me on social media, you will see by the timestamps on my various posts this morning that I have been up and posting about the unraveling of the 14th Amendment. And I don't want us to kid ourselves. This is only the beginning of the madness. Hence the title, Being Woke is Not a Bad Thing. Being forewarned is being forearmed. Now, I'm not calling for panic. I'm calling for love. I'm calling for level-headedness. But I'm also calling for us to come together and wake up to, what's really being said and done. Now, a lot of folks have been under the impression that DEI only involved people who have melanin. For some reason, whenever we talk about DEI and affirmative action, which is no longer a thing, we talk about people of color. We got that locked in our heads. But what we're really talking about, let's start with the groups that are being affected. We're talking about women. We're talking about people with disabilities. We're talking about veterans. Yeah. And we're talking about all people of color. We're talking about specific religious groups. Yeah, that part. Uh-huh. And see, I posted a video the other day about America becoming white. And I don't mean this in a derogatory way. What I mean is that we bought into this concept of whiteness. Even people of color have bought into this concept of whiteness and just kind of assimilated to a place of, they mean black people. And I know I'm talking to somebody. Somebody's hearing me and nodding in agreement. They're not talking about me, they're talking about black people. And I want to know, when did we buy into this concept? I know, like, during the time of colonization and during the time that the governmental structure was being created, there was only white men in power, and the black folks that were here, we were stolen from our country. And a lot of you like to yell, go back to Africa. Trouble with that concept and construct is you denied us our language. A lot of papers and documents were forged in order to get more people here. So even if we desired to, we have no concept of our culture other than what we were able to garner from the books that you now are not allowing. I want you to think about the whole big picture. And for you folks who identified as Republican, I posted a video this morning about the true numbers of who is impacted by DEI. And just like food stamps and general assistance, or public aid, as folks like to call it. The majority of people receiving that are white women. You need to look up the statistics. Also, the most highly educated group in this country, black women. You need to look up the statistics. Now, as I logged on to my TikTok this morning, I see the band continues to play on. And I'm speaking specifically to black women. There are a bunch of us still on here, hawking wares, making duck lips, seeking validation. Folks, it's time to come together and talk about the health of the country we call home. It's time to band together and talk about the overall care for all people. And I know it's hard, even the racists. You know, Jesus' words on the cross was, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Now, I don't mean that this forgiveness that we need to extend should be blind. We need to educate folks to what they're doing. And for the folks, again, who voted for this administration, I need to say you voted against your own best interests. Because there are more working class folks than there are rich. And I want you to see or wake up to the fact that you're a pawn in the game. The reason many of us are struggling is because we no longer manufacture things here. You know, we've settled for the cheap goods. The reason many of us are struggling is because some of the countries that we import from have tariffs placed on them or are going to have massive tariffs placed on them. And that translates to higher costs for us. The reason most of us are struggling is because companies don't care about your health. They care about what you can produce. And a lot of us cannot afford to have quality health care. We'll do the basic essentials. But the cost of health care is ridiculous. And you have not once heard anyone talk about universal health care. Oh no, that's communism. But if everybody paid something, everybody would get the same quality care. You know, we're sold the bill of goods because we refuse to read. We're sold the bill of goods because we don't understand how government works. You know, and the dismantling of the Constitution is an attack on the freedoms. We're always talking about America and patriotism. And this is a free country, and we're quoting amendments. What are you going to do when there's no longer a democracy? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And again, this is not just for people of color. This is about the systematic deconstruction of the Constitution, or Project 2025. And again, we thought it was only about people of color. And everybody's experiencing that FAFO moment, and some of us more than others. Again, don't panic. Come together.